Alright, what's going on everybody? It is Tristan, and today in this video what I got going on for you guys is we're going to discuss some sneaker investments that actually did well and what have been priced. So discussing some successful shoes and really maybe some things you should look out for in 2023, because I'm guessing most of the shoes that will go up in value this year will probably look somewhat similar to these or have some similar themes. So we're going to get into it. Again, if y'all want more content like this, check my Instagrams, any of that down below. Don't forget, y'all can check out Hype Labs down below. We cooked plenty of Unions, the Union Jordan 1 lows yesterday for members, the sale colorway. You can see 20 pairs right here for members. We had another one of our runners hit like 15 for people, and then a bunch of people hitting manually since we did have a drop guide for it. And also there was a restock yesterday at like 6:30 on Union. We had pings for that as well. People cooked then, so nobody was missing out on pairs yesterday in Hype Labs. So if you want to start hitting more pairs for retail, getting daily under market deals, backdoors, learning how to buy, and just being in a really good community in general where people can help you out with reselling, that's really what we do. So if y'all want to, check us out on our Twitter and join that waitlist on our website. Again, all you gotta do is just go here, hypelabcg.com, and join the waitlist, and you can see testimonials so you know we're legit, everything we offer, some success, and you can also check that out on Instagram. If you want to start cooking more for retail, that's what we do. So join that waitlist, check us out below, and let's get started. So first things first, again, the Nike SB Dunk Low. Why so sad? I'm very happy with how this one has performed over time. Again, originally I called this one as a hold around 160 to 170 because I remember it dropped that low, and my first thought in my head when these dropped to 160, 170 was, this is too low for this sneaker. It's an SB with icy soles, and if you think about how hyped SBs are going into 2023, we have a lot of really good SB collaborations coming in March, April, and May. Like, the start of this year is going to be very, very good for Nike SB. So just when I saw this, the small details that were on it, the icy soles, 160, 170, I was like, nah, pricing for that is dead wrong. That is not correct at all. And I think bigger sizes at the time were like 190, 200. Now, if you go look at the bigger sizes and the rest of them, you can see pretty much at a range of $240 to $280. So a very, very solid rise. If you held these, like I said, then hey, you probably did pretty good with them. So hopefully you held on to your pair, because it's an in-demand one, very wearable. I got a pair, and I can just say the details really do pop out on the sneaker. So it's one of those ones that you don't want to sleep on for the fact that you can get a lot out of it. And that's mainly what I like about it. It's a cool SB. So again, if you see a shoe like this, very similar, that's going for like 160, 170, where it's got the details, it's got the icy sole, the colorway is very wearable. Again, the red, all the colors on the sneaker go together. If you have a shoe like this and in your head you're just like, man, I think this is undervalued, then maybe go for a little hold on it. And that's just kind of what I saw with this one. I saw a great shoe that, went a little bit lower than it should have, probably just because people are quick selling it off and, trying to make that profit. And that's how it is with a lot of these SBs at the start, which is why I'm going to be very excited to hold the upcoming born and raised SBs and a lot of these other pairs that are coming down the line with Nike SB in 2023, because they're going to be easy holds. I can guarantee it, because some people are going to hit them for retail. They're going to tank the market a little bit lower than they probably should be, and then you'll be able to hold them from that point on for a couple months. They'll still be in demand a couple months down the line. They'll just be a little bit more expensive since there won't be pairs really circulating around there. SB demand tends to be pretty high, so that's why they tend to rise a little bit faster, and they're a little bit less produced than regular dunks. They drop a little bit differently. People tend to hold on to them and not like to sell them. Most people also tend to personal SBs, so that's why they kind of rise quicker, is because there's never as many pairs sitting around with SBs. That's really how it is. So first things first, watch this at SB. Rose beautifully. Very happy about this one. So another one I can mention is the Argon Dunk Low. I said these were going to be a slight hold. I said it was going to be more or less long-term, though, when I mentioned it, but it seems like we have already seen some slight progress on this one from 130 to 140. I remember I also discussed this one as a wearable colorway, but now we're up like another $30 at 160, 170. The current pricing, you can see between that range of 160 to 190, with the bigger sizes going for more, but pretty much very simple details on the shoe. Very regular Dunk Low. I mean, if you remember this one, it was going for under retail or pretty much retail price. So again, if you bought it at that low point, you'd be up right now. I mean, you'd be able to easily find some sales since, they're above retail price. So hopefully you held like 10 and a half plus. Those are the sizes I always try and target, the bigger ones that people want a little bit more, and the ones that resell a little bit more just because they're a little bit harder to get, and they tend to be the size. There's a lot of people with, bigger feet in the shoe game. So, and they tend to make those sizes less produced, which is very interesting to me. Less produced sizes for ones that are more in demand. So, I mean, that's why the resale prices tend to be higher. It's just because there's more people that want them, but there's less pairs of them. So that makes sense for resale, hopefully. But another one I wanted to mention, the Argon Dunk Low, a solid pair, wearable colorway, and a little slight rise, a little bit faster than I expected. But now that it's plateauing and dropping a little bit, doesn't really surprise me. I'm sure there's a couple small restocks out there for these things like that. But another one has some slight resale. Argon Dunk Lows, overall, it's an alright pair at best. I would rock it, but not like a, one I go crazy over, if that makes sense. So aside from this one, another one I could mention, this is just kind of like a brief mention, the Kentucky SP Dunk Low and the Syracuse SP Dunk Low. I didn't really want to mention these ones in this video since there's still a lot of like real room for these ones to go up. You can see it has made that slight rise as I thought it would from this kind of bottom point after it's, you know, restock in November where a ton of pairs dropped, and, you know, it dropped all the way from 540, 400. So personally, I think we're going to see it slowly rise back to this range, but it's going to take a bit. We're going to see it maybe, you know, do this little drop. I don't think it's going to last for long. Like, this is probably going to change to going up pretty soon, just based off what I've seen. And I mean, look at how healthy this rise is. I mean, and this was heading into summer. This is from March, and we're about to be in March. So I mean, this might be setting up for like this exact type of thing as we head into those spring months. So that's why I like this one. I think there's still room for people to hold it if you wanted to hold this one or the Syracuse one. Again, it's a $300 sneaker in my opinion. So whenever I see it at 200 something, I'm like, okay, you definitely still have some room for profit on this one, but I would mainly encourage a bulk hold. But this is just one of those ones I want to briefly mention because, again, I still think there's a lot of room for it to go up. So it's kind of early to say like, hey, we called this one because it really hasn't made too much progress yet. And another one I can mention aside from this one, the lottery grays. Actually, I think I said hold the lottery dunks too. I could be wrong on this one, but this colorway has also performed pretty well all the way down from like 170, 180 or 190, 180, and now we're up kind of, you know, at a 230, 240 range, which is pretty nice to see. I mean, that's a pretty decent rise. I mean, look at how these big sizes are selling. Dunks and big sizes are never not a safe bet. I mean, if you hold 11 plus, you're pretty much guaranteed to make money on a lot of dunk clothes if the colorway is good, and if it's like, if it's an SB, I mean, definitely. I mean, you see these white gum SBs that are like 160, 170. If you buy those up in big sizes a couple months down the line, you'll be making some really solid bread. I mean, that's a really wearable colorway, and it's under $200 for an SB. So there's an example of the shoe you should definitely focus on. But there's a lot of ones like that right now that have been kind of coming out recently. So I'm just going to kind of stay focused. And, you know, we got the Seafoam 4s coming up. That's going to be a good hold. Craft 4s maybe, but there's a lot of stock rumored for that one. 300,000 to 400,000 pairs. So that's a lot of stock right there. But that's everything I need to mention. And there's a few shoes from 2022 and some of the best sneaker investments recently, or, you know, just some ones that have rose a little bit recently, if that makes sense. So again, join a waitlist down below if you want to start cooking more sneakers for retail. Again, don't forget what we did for people yesterday. We hit a ton of pairs manually, and our ACO guys cooked a ton for people as well. So people were hitting retail price. And again, just join that waitlist and see everything else we offer down below. And you can check my socials, all that. But I'm ending the screen recording. I'm Tristan. Thank you guys, and hopefully I will catch you in the next video soon. But we'll see when that is. It should be tomorrow, so stay tuned for that. I'll post some YouTube shorts, stuff like that today. So that's it. I'm T, and hopefully I'll catch you on the next video soon. Peace.
Sticks made a fucking hit.